Nobody
It's
else
like
got
if you
that
think
kind
it
of
was,
treatment.
it's been a while, right? That's why.
Can you,
They do that to all the newbies. Can I put them together? Is that bad?
Fine, whatever you want to do. I don't know. I just want to see your eyes.
Have blue eyes?
Yeah. Well, I just think it's
Baggy.
you need to connect the windows with the soul so you can connect with him. Have you connected yet?
Well, we're connected.
Okay,
We're going. We're going.
Okay. Everybody ready? We are joined in the media center here at Worldwide Technology Raceway at the AAA Insurance Midwest Nationals, race 2 of the NHRA Countdown, with our Pro Stock motorcycle winner, Karen Stoffer. Karen picked up her 9th career win, first race win since Norwalk 2015, and become the 5th different race winner in class in 2019. That is tied for last year's total. Karen, it has been a long road back to this point, but you are now back a race winner in the NHRA Alligator Pro Stock Motorcycle Academy.
Yeah, you know, and you really have to reach out and say thanks to Tim Kalenjian and Jerry and the war team and everybody over there, Corey and Freddie and Luke and Rick and the whole gang. You know, I wasn't going to race this year. I was going to sit out, and then next thing you know, we had some dialogue, and I got a call, and I ended up sitting on this fantastic war bike, and it worked out really well. And here we are at one of the best races that we could actually perform well at was this particular race at St. Louis. Big St. Charles is our sponsor, and they're right down the road. They got 3 or 4 facilities in the area, so it was huge to be able to put everything together, to actually be here, then to be in the top 10, and then actually to do well at this race. It's pretty cool.
Tough competition throughout the day, obviously, you know, going through Harley Davidson's, Andrew Hines in the final round. Asked what the numbers were, and when we told him the numbers, he just shook his head, and, you know, sometimes you get beat. The determination that you showed out there, after Jerry went down, you said it, like, I'm going to have to do it for the team, and you did.
Yeah, that's right. You know, the team came up to me and said, you gotta do something about this damage and try and mitigate it a little bit. And I said, okay, so what do we have? We had, not only did we have Flying Ryan, but then we had Matt, and then we had Eddie, and then we had Andrew. And how much more devastating is that? I mean, those are, out of all the heavy hitters out there, those are them, right? So hopefully we were able to mitigate the damage for Jerry a little bit. And again, Tim and Jerry sat in the trailer before that round, and they said, you know, Karen, just do what you've been doing. We're right behind you. We got the bike set up. Just be Karen, go out there and do your job. And I said, okay, and that's what we did.
Yours was the 148th win for women in the NHRA Mellow Yellow Drag Racing Series. Erica right behind you, 149. And the stat that was impressive to a lot of people is this is the first time ladies have won Pro Stock Motorcycle and Pro Stock together at the same time. And you made reference in the Mellow Yellow Express on the way back. You know, you and Erica are both known for reaction time.
Yeah, you know, everybody, after Chicago, we had a pretty good race at Chicago. We had, the bike was working well, I was working good with it, so we were able to get a really low overall average for race day in reaction times. And after that, there was a lot of chatter and dialogue. There was a couple of nicknames that the Harley guys and, you know, Matt and the team, you know, Tree Chopper and Cutter and all these things. And you know, I just answered him back and said, hey, I took a page out of Erica Ender's book. She was known to do that in Pro Stock for some time, so I walked over to her and I said, hey, let me know what you're doing over there. And I took a page out of her book and applied the concept. But not really what happened, but I know that she's known to do that. And I love the girl. She's great. We actually, I know we weren't together in Pro. We didn't win Wally's in Pros together, but back in 2004, I think in Houston, my first win, she also won a Wally in Super Gas. So we've had that picture together before. She's awesome. They're a great team out there, and someone that I respect tremendously.
Let's open it up to questions from members of the media. Name and affiliation. Question for Karen Stoffer.
Ken Roberts from Worldwide Technology. Hello, congratulations.
Thank you.
When you realized you were going to have to face the gauntlet to get to win this thing, just what were your thoughts?
You know, I know they're a professional team, and they are actually the bar that's set really high by them. But you know, Tim, Jerry, Gary, Greg, everybody stood behind me and they said, just keep doing what you're doing. What you're doing is fine. What you're doing will win the race. So you do your job and you'll be fine. And that's kind of what I held to. You know, funny enough, I think back in Houston, and I think Statman's going to have to verify the stats, but I believe I had to take out 2 Harleys on my very first win ever, too. So this was kind of reminiscent of that. So I really don't feel the pressure out there against any one team because every single team is phenomenal. So I listened to the guys, I listened to the team, and I just did what I was doing.
What does it say for women in the sport? That's, you know, the women. not strong enough to do this. But just what does it say for them?
I think in general, if you look at NHRA as a whole, it has zero. It's so diverse in every capacity. You're talking about women and sex, and gender, but you also have height, age. We had in Pro Stock Motorcycle, we had Reggie, who had basically had 2 legs, or amputee legs. There's no prejudice in this sport at all, zero. I mean, anybody in any capacity can come out and race this sport, and I think it speaks volumes. NHRA as a whole speaks volumes for that in and of itself. It doesn't have any gender favoritism, it doesn't have any height, doesn't have any age, nothing, zero. Everybody can go down this racetrack.
Did you ever think at one point that you would win another race? I mean, you went almost 4.5 years that way.
Yeah, those were tough years. We're on the Suzuki program. There's some manufacturers out here. We've got the Harleys, the Buells, and the Suzukis. And the Suzuki platform definitely went through some challenges as a whole for a couple of years. And then, our team has definitely not been one that are highly budgeted teams. We're not factory sponsored, if you will, and we're not one of those high budget teams. We come out here on passion. We come out here with a few great sponsors, but not huge amounts of money. And we have fun. Our focus is really to expose this sport to everybody who wants to be able to do it, and to bring them under our team and help train them and show them what they can do if they have that passion. So it's been a long time, and like I said, who thought that I would even be here? I wasn't scheduled to race this year. I got a phone call, we made a deal, and here we are in the top 10, but we are also winning a race in the countdown, and that's phenomenal.
Additional questions for Karen Stoffer? Yes, Tim.
Karen, so when Jerry went out, the team was able to devote all their resources to your bike. What's the scene like back at the trailer when everybody can pool together on one bike like yours?
Yeah, you'd think that that's how it is. You'd think that, basically that the team is divided when we're both out there racing, but that's really not true so much. Tim's pretty good about having the fair amount of time and equal amount of time on both vehicles. So it was a bummer. Honestly, it was a bummer to see Jerry go out, especially the way he did. And really what the feeling and the vibe was back at the truck was, hey, Karen, let's go ahead. You just do your thing. Keep Jerry. In fact, Corey's standing over there. That's Jerry's brother. And he says, you know what? You got to minimize this damage that we just took on that first round. It wasn't expected. They had some issues. They had some mechanical or some issues with the bike. So let's go out there and let's just minimize that damage. And that's really what it was about back at the trailer. The resources that the war team, Jerry and Tim and the whole crew have assigned are basically well allocated to both bikes at all times.
Next question, yes.
Kevin Howdeshell, Midwest Speed Report. You mentioned it's been quite a while since you went. How does it feel knowing that you weren't supposed to race this year, to show up at Gateway and to get a win for the hometown sponsor? And second part of the question, with the young ladies that are in the sport, whether it be junior dragsters all the way up to the pro levels, what does this say to them as inspiration of how far they can go in the sport?
Yeah, I think it's a fantastic question. As I said before, I think it's huge the fact that National Hot Rod Association is really known for there's no challenge out here. There's no gender issue. There's no height, there's no age, and NHRA is has a great program with the junior dragsters and bringing them up. And I think really what you saw today with both Eric and I being the first time ever that the Pro Stock classes in general had 2 female winners, I think that speaks volumes to everybody out there, not just the women who are out there, but in general. If you have the passion and you have the will and the ability, you can come out here and you can do what you want to do, you can progress at it, you can win, and I think that's, like I said, if NHRA, I think that's huge for them, and that's what they need to put as a little asterisk is everybody's welcome, and anybody can come in and everybody does well no matter what. Handicapped, height, weight, age, gender, doesn't matter. Nationality, it just doesn't matter. It's a concept everybody understands. You can go down a racetrack, and it's very cool.
Let's talk countdown. You're in it.
Oh,
You
yeah.
won a race. So 4 more to go. You mentioned Jerry, but you've got a legit championship shot as well. You're a great lever, you got a quick bike, and the way it seems to be playing out on the track is that some of the leaders up there could cut each other down. What do you think about your championship hopes?
You know, right now, I haven't even looked at the points. I'm sure I've been getting, my phone's been like vibrating the whole time I've been standing here. So I'm sure I'm getting a lot of texts, especially from my mom back at home. She's the one who is like Johnny on the spot. Corey probably knows. Oh, he just pointed out. He said we're in a second. You know, I
Wow.
really don't think of points. I've never really, I'm fortunate enough to race this bike. I'm fortunate enough to be able to do it halfway decently. I've got a great partner over there in the Moore team, and I think, you know, if I can come out here and just race well, do well, Timmy can put a package together well, and if at the time comes where I have to play defense for Jerry, then I'm going to do what I have to do. So I don't really look at the points too much. I think that it's going to play out as it is. I'm going to do my job, and hopefully that means that we'll be at the top. There's nothing different. I'm not going to put any strategy in place. I'm just going to go and listen to Tim and listen to Gary and listen to everybody and do my job.
Karen, thank you very much. Congratulations on your win.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
If you're second, you might start paying more attention to points.
I might. Right now
Great job. Congratulations.
Louis Bloom.
Awesome. How you doing? Hi, Timmy.
I had to make sure my stats were correct, but I'm thinking 2014 I had to take out both Harleys.
Oh, really?
I think it was GT and Andrew at the time in Houston.
Well, your last one was at Norwalk in 2015.
I mean, I said 2014, I meant 2004.
Oh, 2000, your first
Our
one.
first win.
When you beat Antron in the final.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Yeah.
She
sure
and
it was
Erica
two.
won on the same day of Erica's first win in
She won
Super
Super
Gas.
Gas. Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Isn't that
Yeah.
crazy?
Very
She wants to know if she beat two Harleys on
I'm
that.
pretty sure I did.
You want me to tell you? I can
I'm
find
pretty
that
sure
out
it
right
was
now.
Oh, you don't have it?
GT.
Wow, look how quick he is.
You don't have it committed to memory?
Oh, really, people? Here, I'll get it.
I'm impressed that he's able to pull it up
It's on my phone.
that quick.
It's on his phone.
I was right about that. I'll lose. This is second now.
Yeah, 30. I won't get it 34 times. 2 rounds.
I know Lewis has great command of stats, but I never thought of you as Donald Davidson and having it all on your mind at one time.
I don't have to.
I do. He's awesome.
I know the most important things, the things that people really matter. Like the fact it's the first time, you know, you guys swept the first half of class. You know,
Yeah.
Erica and Amy, that's pretty cool.
That is very cool.
Because I like things with gasoline.
One of those guys.
Well, you know, I see the big picture, not just one of the slips.
It's funny, on the way in the car, when we were coming back up the road, we were all talking about we're all bracket racers.
Yeah, super comp,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I was the bike Division 7 champion. He was super comp.
Yeah.
Erica was super gas.
You know, Langdon told me how much money he made at the last big bracket race.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh, he was runner up on Wednesday, and then he had a guy drive his car. He got down to 5 in a 5 grand.
Oh,
So he made a small fortune.
I'm just big. There's a lot of people who make a living doing that bracket.
What did you think of the Melio Express pit?
That was good. The only thing I would probably say is if you want more
I'm almost there.
All right,
natural dialogue.
Yeah.
my viewers are waiting.
That's what we want. That's what we need to eventually
Because
become.
I think maybe you had more conversation.
Does this violate your Fox contract to be on
Yeah.
Eat My Ink?
Not for you, buddy.
Because before you got in there, it was awesome. We were all talking about
Yeah.
bracket racing. We were all talking about, was I right?
Yeah,
I
do
can't
you
read
do you
that.
need glasses? Because I know.
Yeah.
Tom Litt, and Andrew Hines. They were both
Yeah.
on that. So
Yeah.
yeah, there you go.
And treble.
And you beat AB in the final. Awesome job.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. I'm on my way out now.
Talk about that. Can I call you on Tuesday?
Lewis, anything for my viewers before you're done?
Surprising. How about Angie Smith winning the closest race of the season in the first round by 3/10,000ths of a second?
It was the closest race of the
Yeah,
season?
Of the season, yeah.
Really?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Wow, that's impressive.
Keep
I had
track
no
of
idea.
that stuff.
Yeah.
3/10,000ths is pretty rare. So
That's
that's
awesome.
pretty good. I'll take 3.
Okay, Lewis.
Nice to see you, Tim.
Good seeing you.
Always a pleasure.